Bitter criticism afternoon. Doesn't matter. Bitter criticism anytime, everywhere. Everywhere, yeah, literally everywhere here in Chile, the most neoliberal country in history. What about that? Terrible country, terrible experience. But at least we are safe, you know? That's the only good thing about Chile. That's the truth. Well, I was living in Brazil, as I always say. And well, Brazil is super unsafe by this time. I will lost all my cell phones. Yeah, those Brazilians, they just steal everything. That's the whole truth. You can ban me. You can what? Denounce me to Mark Zuckerberg or YouTube. But try to go to Brazil with a single cell phone. You will lose your cell phone. You will lose your life. Not funny. Anyway, criticism, bitter criticism on Brazil. Change Brazil. No. You know, this Change Brazil was Arnold Schwarzenegger back in 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Arnold Schwarzenegger was launching a campaign, Change Brazil. What about that? I just kept a lot of news, but I'm gonna read this one because I'm interested on some beautiful Russian women. Yeah, that's what I do. All this because I want to marry a blonde, beautiful woman like Maria Saparova. Oh, I forgot now. Maria Sakharova. No, it's not Sakharova. Sharapova. Yeah, Maria Sharapova. I love you. June 7, 2024. Home Russia and former Soviet Union. Russia facing terrible demographic hole. Deputy Prime Minister. The shrinking population could result in a severe labor storage by the end of the decade. Dmitry Chernichenko has warned. Oh, don't. In the end of the decade, I will be 25. No, I will be 45. Yeah. What a old man. Almost 45, almost 40. Well, I'm ready to work for you, Vladimir Putin or Dmitry Medvedev, whoever. Maria Sakharova. Anyway, can you believe Maria Sakharova will be a Russian president? They are kind of chauvinists. They are kind of male chauvinists. Patriarchy in Russia is so expressive, isn't it? I want to move to Russia. I don't know about you guys, but I want to go there. The shrinking population could result in a severe labor shortage by the end of the decade. Dmitry Chernichenko has warned. And we have a Dmitry Chernichenko, a bald guy. He's balded, all bald. Deputy Prime Minister of the Russian Federation. A terrible demographic crisis is looming over Russia and could result in an acute labor shortage of up to 2.4 million workers by 2030. But you know, Russia has low fertility rates, low few kids, but Russia has maybe 100 million people, something or not. How many Russian, isn't it? How many? I have no idea. Maybe maybe they are kind of 300 million, I guess. 300 million Russian, I guess. And could result in an acute labor, you know, because I know Brazil, it has 210 million people in Brazil. And I know, I'm not sure now, maybe Germany has less people than Brazil. Yeah, you know, there's a whole of information in my mind right now, but I guess Russia has more people than Brazil. That's just I just guess. No. And Pakistan has more people than Russia, but Pakistan is an Asia, heavily populated, heavily dense populated. And anyway, speaking on Friday at business breakfast, I'm gonna show you my babies. I'm gonna play a little bit with my babies now. Speaking on Friday at a business breakfast discussion. Speaking on Friday at a business breakfast discussion on the sidelines of the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum (SPIEF), Chernichenko said the shrinking population and rising pressure on increasingly scarce workers now pose a serious challenge on Russia's economy. Yeah, whatever, call me. I will go to Russia to work. We are facing a terrible demographic hole, the deputy prime minister stated. I can see it from the impending decline in schools graduates and those entering universities, whether we like it or not. But you know, school and college in Russia are not free, are not for free, so what the hell they want? While calling for the birth rate to be almost doubled. Chernichenko acknowledged at the same time that this cannot be determined by government decisions alone. He noted that Russian authorities are taking unprecedented measures to improve the situation, including financial support for families. Call me, Chernichenko, call me. I think you are handsome. Maybe you have a cousin, a female cousin. Just over 1.2 million babies were born in Russia last year, the lowest figure since 1999. Official statistics showed birth rates have been steadily declining since a peak in 2014. The National Statistics Bureau, Rosstat, previously predicted a continued decline in birth rates through 2027. In a recent report, the Labor Ministry cited the demographic gap as the main reason behind the shortage of workers in Russia, adding that each year the labor market is missing thousands of new specialists. The Labor Ministry expects that by 2030, the need for employees will grow most in areas such as manufacturing, transportation and logistics, health and social care, research and science, and IT. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not graduating any of those areas. Yeah. Well, and now we have Cgtn. But definitely, I will try to move to Russia. I don't know what to do, but I will start learning. I will start learning Russian language. Xi Jinping hails China-Pakistan ties in talks with Shehab Sharif. Politics. June 7. Cgtn upgraded in June 8th. Yeah, so this was updated yesterday. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday spoke highly on China-Pakistan relations and called for more efforts to build a closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future in the new era during a meeting with Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Beijing. China and Pakistan are good neighbors, linked by mountains and rivers. Good friends who share faith and righteousness. Good partners who help each other. And good brothers who share will and woe. What the hell is that? It's like an expression. I forgot the name of this. I just learned that in college. Our teacher well and woe. I don't know what's that, but this is like a phrase, you know. He said, I was thinking that Pakistan is just like India, you know. I cannot see the difference between Pakistani, Indian, even Turkish people. I don't know the difference between Muslim, Pakistan, Indian, because Muslim is a religion, you know, but there's a lot of people that looks the same to me. Looks nice, I guess. Will and woe. Where's will and woe? The China-Pakistan all-weather strategic cooperative partnership has continuously deepened and enjoys solid public support with a strong internal driving force and broad prospects for development, he said. He He said China stands ready to work with Pakistan to firmly support each other, strengthen cooperation, deepen strategic coordination, accelerate the building of an even closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future in the new era, and make greater contributions to regional peace, stability, development, and prosperity. The key to the ironclad friendship between China and Pakistan lies in the fact that both sides have always understood, trusted, and supported each other, he stressed. He thanked the Pakistani, this is like a joke, you know, the journalist who wrote this is joking, because look, he stressed, the pronoun, look, he because is not Xi Jinping, it's Xi Jinping. And now he said he thanked the Pakistani side for its long-standing and firm support on issues related to China's core interests and major concerns. China will always firmly support the Pakistani side in defending its national sovereignty and territorial integrity, taking the path of development in line with its own national conditions and combating terrorism, as said he. Terrorism is important because, Pakistan, Al-Qaeda was inside Pakistan. The Taliban, I guess, too. I'm not sure. Pakistan has a frontier with Afghanistan. And and Pakistan is also it's like a swing state, not a United States swing state, but just like India and Pakistan, United States, it has a heavy influence inside, you know. So India and Pakistan, they are countries that have to pay attention because of geopolitics always, you know. Between China and the United States. The president, he said China is ready to promote the alignment between the Belt and Road Initiative and Pakistan's development plans, and carried out cooperation in agriculture, mining, society, and livelihood issues in accordance with local conditions. China is willing to create an upgraded version of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, CPEC. I'm not sure if you are watching my dogs over there. Yeah, look, my dogs. CPEC and build a growth corridor, livelihood enhancing corridor, an innovation corridor, a green corridor, and an open corridor with Pakistan. so as to promote high quality CPEC construction and help Pakistan's economic and social development, said he, the president. The Chinese president expressed hope that Pakistan will create a safe, stable and predictable business environment and effectively guarantee the safety of Chinese personnel, projects and organizations in Pakistan. China is ready to strengthen coordination and cooperation with Pakistan with multilateral mechanisms such as the United Nations and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, said he. Well, I was reading Russia Today, and this organization, this cooperation, take it from me. I was living in Brazil. I living now in Chile. This is Chile. Look, this is Chile. Right here, people don't care about. They just don't care about geopolitics. They don't care about the future. You know. They will vote the United States candidate, just like in Argentina. I'm not kidding. Just like in Brazil, they voted Bolsonaro, which is the US candidate. And here in Chile, the situation is so bad. They don't even, nobody, just me. I absolutely guarantee you. Right here in Chile, I'm the only one thinking about Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It's sad, but you can take from my. I'm not joking. You know, I'm really in Chile. You can take from my bus's recordings. These people, they will vote the United States again. You know, there's no future for South America. I guarantee you. The two countries should promote an equal and orderly multipolar world and inclusive economic globalization, focus on the agenda of development, address security challenges, and improve global governance to safeguard the common interests of the developing countries as well as international fairness and justice, he added. Shehbaz, for his part, said Pakistan highly appreciates and fully supports the Global Development Initiative, Global Security Initiative, and Global Civilization Initiative proposed by he. You know, I have a proof how Chileans doesn't care about China or the SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The best candidate for China in Chile is Daniel Jadue, the candidate of the Communist Party. He is in prison right now. He is in prison because of nothing. He is innocent, and he is in prison because of lawfare, just like Lula da Silva, you know. But I bet Chileans will never elect a communist candidate. That's the sad truth. And Gabriel Boric is EU-oriented, you know. He's always thinking about OECD. He's always thinking about the EU, Europe, you know. That's the sad truth about Chile. Well, Jadue is in prison right now. I cannot support more Daniel Jadue. I think Chileans, they take too much drugs. I guess there's a drug addiction in Chile. There's a problem of drugs in this country. These initiatives provide strategic guidance for resolving the problems facing the world today and promoting the building of a more peaceful and better world, he said. He, the president, he. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor has vigorously promoted Pakistan's national development and delivered real benefits of the Pakistani people, said Shehbaz. Pakistan will learn from China's experience in governance, continue to build high-quality Belt and Road projects with China and deepen practical cooperation in various fields, he said. Shehbaz said Pakistani government once again expressed condolences for the deaths of Chinese citizens in Dasu terrorist attack in March. I didn't know that. Dasu terrorist attack. And will resolutely crack down on and severely punish the terrorists involved and take practical and effective measures to ensure the safety of Chinese personnel and organizations in Pakistan. I would like to reiterate that no force can stop China's development and growth, and no force can shake the ironclad friendship between Pakistan. Ironclad. I'm gonna save this word because I don't know. Ironclad. The ironclad friendship is like just iron friendship. Iron between Pakistan and China. He said, the Pakistani side will always be China's most reliable friend and partner, he added. Shehbaz said the One China principle is the unwavering commitment of the Pakistani government, and Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. Yeah. Pakistan will continue to support China's position on all issues concerning its core interests, including those related to the Taiwan region, Xinjiang, and the South China Sea, he said. Not the president, he. Well, I guess, I'm not sure, but Pakistan, they also had a coup d'etat. There was recently there was a president who lost, but all this was a coup d'etat, people say. I'm not sure about, but that's it. So next news. I don't know, I have zero idea, maybe close to zero idea about Pakistan and India. I really don't know nothing about. I never thought about migrate there because they are poor. I'm poor too. There are a lot of people. Well, there's a lot of maps of immigration. People migrate to the global north countries. That's it. Indian people, Pakistani people, they migrate to global north country, Germany, Norway, the United States of America, and so on. Cgtn, UN passes China proposed resolution to establish International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. This politics June 8th. Politics 2024 Cgtn, and this is the kind of institutional news. Is kind of nice. Fu Kong, China's permanent representative to the United Nations, introduces a draft resolution to establish the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations at the UN's General Assembly plenary session at the UN headquarters in New York, on June 7. This is from Xinhua News. The 78th session of the UN General Assembly, UNGA, on Friday unanimously adopted the resolution proposed by China to establish the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. The resolution states that all civilizational achievements are the collective heritage of humankind. It advocates for respecting the diversity of civilizations and emphasizes the crucial role of dialogue among civilizations in maintaining world peace, promoting common development, enhancing human well-being, and achieving collective progress. The resolution calls for equal dialogue and mutual respect among different civilizations, fully reflecting the core essence of the Global Civilization Initiative. It designates June 10 as the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. Well, tomorrow. I guess it's tomorrow. Fu Kong, China's permanent representative to the United Nations, introduced the draft resolution at the UNGA plenary session. He stated that in current context of multiple interlocking crises and challenges, the world has entered a new period of instability and change, placing human society once again at the crossroads of history. Against this backdrop, China proposed the establishment of the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations to fully leverage the importance of civilizational dialogue in eliminating discrimination and prejudice, enhancing understanding and trust, promoting people-to-people connectivity, and strengthening solidarity and cooperation. This initiative injects positive energy into the global effort to address common challenges. It demonstrates China's firm support for multilateralism and the work of the United Nations, highlighting China's responsibility as a major country in an era of unprecedented changes, Fu Kong said. Sources: Xinhua News Agency. We have another one from Cgtn. We have a lot. I mean, right now I'm the 64 page from 191. So a lot of news. China cashes in on vibrant Dragon Boat Festival holiday spending. I guess I'm gonna skip this because it's just a Dragon Boat Festival. I will try to see a photograph. There's a lot of Chinese people and a square. Tourists visit the Palace Museum at the Forbidden City. As the Dragon Boat Festival holiday approaches, the tourist market across China continues to thrive. According to the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, this year's festivities are set to be dominated by short-distance leisure trips, with theme parks and museums among the most popular destinations. That's it. I don't know. Great. I'm gonna skip because I have zero idea about this. This is very internal. This is for, well, to know China. They have holidays. They go to the cinema. They have and I will try to see Chinese movies again. I have some of them. People look at movie posters displayed in the movie theater, Shanghai, China, June 6th. Meanwhile, China's Dragon Boat Festival box office. You know, I got really interested, but why China's Dragon Boat Festival? I'm gonna try to understand why that name is there. Why this name? Yeah, it's not saying. Anyway, there's a holiday in China nowadays. If you win lottery, you can go to China, have a nice one, and maybe watching a Hollywood movie dubbed in Chinese. China beefs up prosecuting efforts for cultural heritage protection. China, June 8th. Cgtn, to further safeguard China's cultural heritage, the country's top procuratorate issued studies of atypical cases on Saturday to guide prosecutors nationwide in handling related public litigations. The Supreme People's Procuratorate SPP said that these cases involved common illegal acts such as damaging and illegally occupying cultural relics, which include historical buildings, revolutionary sites, and ancient cultural relics. I remember now some American tourists that went to North Korea, take some posters and died in prison. So don't fool around in Asian countries. Don't take posters, don't do nothing. Just take photograph without flash, I guess. One notable case involved prosecutors in Jiangsu province, East China, who initiated an administrative public litigation case in 2023 against township government. This action came after the local government failed to implement corrective measures suggested by prosecutors regarding the protection of a renowned 16th century writer's tomb. Yeah, I'm gonna skip. South Korean military says DPRK, the North Korea, sent trash balloons again. I'm sorry, but who knows? June 8, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea sent balloons carrying trash to the Republic of Korea. Again on Saturday, South Korea's military said, according to a Yonhap report. Maybe all this is... Yeah, I'm gonna read this because I guess it's interesting. I guess it's South Korean garbage, you know? They are giving the garbage back. That's the news. That's should be the news. Since last month, North Korea has floated hundreds of huge balloons allegedly dumping manure, cigarette butts, scraps of cloth, waste batteries, and even dirty diapers across the ROK, the South Korea. North Korea said its move was in retaliation for a propaganda campaign by South Korea activists who regularly launch helium-filled balloons to drop anti-Pyongyang leaflets and USB sticks loaded with K-pop music videos and dramas. I'm not interested in those K-pop content neither, you know? I will like the same way, you know? But what about the North Korea garbage? I guess this is Western garbage, you know? Diapers. No, it's nice. No, who knows, you know? But it's funny, you know? It's funny. It's better than war, you know? Better than war. Just garbage. Woo! What about garbage? I like garbage. Look, I found these Crocs. Look, can you see my Crocs? Well, these I found on garbage. Climate change destroys Turkey corals, prompting protective measures. Climate, June 8, 2024. Cgtn. Coral colonies across Turkey's seas are perishing due to the abrupt effects of climate change, threatening marine life and prompting experts to call for more protective measures. Murat Kapikiran, head of the Istanbul Chamber of Agriculture and Engineers, said that Turkey's Mediterranean, Aegean and Marmara waters are home to approximately 200 coral species. Well, that's a very news to me because I thought coral, it was just tropical and just in Australia. But I guess there's a lot of coral in the world, isn't it? Just, yeah, we have a huge photograph and that's it, you know, that's it. I'm gonna jump to the next one. Have no time for coral. Oh, but it's beautiful corals, look. Do you saw the Turkey corals? Well, Cgtn, a lot of Turkey corals. Corals from Turkey. Good luck with that. Good luck to corals. Good luck for the corals. Another news. Next. Cgtn technology. June 8. A single AI model that can translate 200 languages. That's interesting. What? A new artificial intelligence model developed by the American company Meta can translate 200 different languages. Current AI translation models are based on artificial neural networks. These models usually require a large amount of trained data that can be obtained online. However, data for some specific languages cannot be publicly and cheaply obtained. These languages are also called low-resource languages. A new cross-language technology developed by a team of of staff from Meta allows artificial neural translation models to learn how to use their existing ability to translate high resource languages to translate low resource languages. The team developed an online multilingual translation model called NLLB 200, which can translate across 200 different languages. This research was recently published in the British journal Nature. Researchers said the translation model can help users of low-resource languages use technologies such as the internet, and the model can also be used for education to help such people obtain more books and paper materials. However, the researchers also said that mistranslations of this model are still possible. What? So, when can I translate anything? Just throwing a sheep. I want to eat a sheep, I want to take a sheep like this stone, eat it, and speak a lot of languages. What about that? Maybe Australians, these people, the globalist people, they'll always taking these ideas. Like Australian people, they thought about get a chip on Australian citizen bodies, and that's it. That will be an AD, I guess. And Ursula von der Leyen, there was I don't remember now, a cultural vaccine, something like. Anyway, another news, Cgtn. Tesla adds lane level guidance in China, upgrading in-car navigation. Tesla in China is interesting. Not about BYD. Let's bet. I guess this news, it will say something about BYD in some part. Technology, June 8, Cgtn. Tesla released a software upgrade for its in-car navigation system in China on Friday, introducing new features like displaying lane markings on its maps that corresponds to the actual lanes on the roads. The upgrade came amid Tesla's push to roll out the advanced full self-driving FAD system following Elon Musk's trip to Beijing, as reported by Reuters. The company announced the update on its official WeChat account, along with a series of new features added in the latest over-air upgrade that it claimed will reduce users' reliance on smartphone applications while driving. China's internet company Baidu first announced the release of its V20 Baidu Maps in April, naming Tesla and Huawei among the clients of the map. Baidu has been Tesla's navigation map provider since 2020. Tesla, which only uses camera and sensors for its autonomous driving technology, is currently in the process of introducing its FSD software system in China, which recently made progress as the company prepared to register this technologically advanced feature with authorities. Reuters reported last month. Unlike high-definition maps that collect more detailed, sensitive geographic information to serve as additional sensor for autonomous driving cars, navigation maps have been widely used in China to provide traffic information to human drivers, with input from Reuters. I'm sorry, Mercy. Italian polling, this is another one from Cgtn. Italian polling stations open for EU elections. This is a news for me because sometimes I have to vote, but guess what? Right here in Chile, everything is super bad. My opinion, all the services, all the public services are a complete mess. Nobody works decently. Nobody really works. Guess how is the Italian consulate right here in Chile? Terrible. They never answer. Never answer nothing. I don't even know where it is. Italian polling stations open for EU elections. AFP World June 8. Cgtn. Polling stations open in Italy on Saturday for the EU elections, where Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's far-right Brothers of Italy party is typed to win and potentially shape the bloc's future direction. Voting began 3 p.m. with more than 47 million people in the EU's third largest economy, eligible to elect 76 lawmakers over the weekend, AFP reported. So that's it. Italy is being fascist. I guess my vote is not so necessary. It is not so. I cannot help. I can help people in the world against Italian fascism. I'm sorry, Ethiopia. I'm sorry, Eritrea. More one news from Cgtn. Political polarization reveals the gap between EU elites and the public. This is interesting. Opinion, June 7th. Liu Lidong. We have a photograph here. Journalists attend a media briefing on the European Parliament elections at the European Parliament in Brussels, Belgium, June 6, 2024. Editor's note: Liu Loring, a special commentator on current affairs for Cgtn, is an associate professor at the Institute of International Studies, Fudan University. The article reflects the author's opinion and not necessarily the views of Cgtn. This year's European Parliament elections are facing a sharply rightward shift in Europe. They are going right. Over the past 5 years, the support for mainstream parties in many European countries has continued to decline, while the support for far-right parties has steadily increased. The rise of populism has led to the increasing polarization of the European party system at the EU and member state levels. Political polarization makes it more difficult for EU countries to find solutions to complex problems. In this context, incidents of political violence have been on the rise. The intensification of political polarization is a global phenomenon. The main reason for European political polarization is the increasing discontent between EU elite politics and the public, reflected in the following aspects. Very nice article, because I like political science. First, there is a crisis in the EU's policy-making system. To be precise, the EU is an economically integrated community governed by technocrats rather than a politically integrated community governed by democratic rule of law. Since the outbreak of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, elite politicians in Europe have emphasized the conflict of values while ignoring the impact of global capital of people's livelihoods. Unlike the democratic mechanisms of member states, the EU's legitimacy does not derive from the political decision-making process. The elected European Parliament lacks transparency, and major EU decisions are made through negotiations among member state governments. The European public lacks trust in the EU politics due to the absence of rational dialogue mechanisms. Besides, the external crises have led to a rift in European public opinion. At present, Europe faces many problems in political, economic, and social development. The Russian-Ukrainian conflict is dragging down the European economy. And the Israeli-Palestinian conflict has triggered a political crisis. With the increasing number of refugees, many European countries are overwhelmed, and anti-immigrant sentiments among the public are on the rise. The environmental protection policies promoted by the European Green Party have raised concerns about deindustrialization, impacting the economy and livelihoods and causing public discontent. European voters favored extremist parties, partly because of the uncertainty caused by the external crisis. Moreover, the ideological gap between political parties in the European political spectrum has gradually widened. Since the European debt crisis, traditional mainstream parties have gravitated towards the political center, with the political platforms of center-left and center-right parties becoming increasingly similar. The Grand Coalition government, formed by Germany's Union parties and Social Democratic Party, had been in power for 12 years, making it difficult for voters to distinguish between various political choices ideologically. This created more space at the edges of the political spectrum, providing opportunities for the development of a radical right-wing and left-wing parties. The political polarization of the European Union and its member states is mainly manifested as a conflict between radical politics and mainstream governance. Furthermore, the power of the European middle class has been declining in recent years, with anti-globalization and anti-immigration sentiments spreading among the populace. I guess it's population, but anyway, populace. The middle class has been the main driving force behind European integration. However, faced with the impacts of globalization and technological change, the interests of the European middle class have been difficult to safeguard, and their competitiveness has weakened. As the crisis in Europe became normalized, the welfare state system is being challenged, and social inequality is worsening. Many voters who believe that mainstream policies have failed are dissatisfied with traditional political parties, placing their hopes in radical alternatives. This uncertainty has driven some voters toward nationalism, xenophobia, or trade protectionism. Fifth, the confrontation between different groups in European society is intensifying. The 21st century is an era of information overload, yet a lack of quality news. Not just like Cgtn or bitter criticism, we have the best information. Yeah, I guess. Digital social media is a mix of genuine and false information, making it difficult to distinguish truth from falsehood, and easily manipulating public emotions, leading to aggression effects. Issues such as the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, gender, minority groups, immigration, and the environment divide individuals into completely opposing camps. But I guess whoever doesn't care about the environment is kind of alone, you know. I guess the whole society support environment. Nevertheless, nobody can do much about it, in my opinion. On the one hand, the media tends to report on divisive topics, creating an impression of intensified political polarization. On the other hand, the dissemination through social networks fuels populism and political radicalization. The sharp rightward shift in the European Parliament may impact the EU's political ecosystem and social development. Political polarization will further weaken public trust in the political system, leading to social divisions and media polarization. The European Parliament is the EU's supervisory, advisory, and legislative body, and the alliances of various political factions will have a significant impact on EU level policy making. In addition, the European Parliament elections will also affect the domestic politics of member states. In Europe, countries particularly affected by immigration or economic crisis are those where political polarization is most pronounced. Obviously, I guess. The EU and its member states often take a contemptuous or stigmatizing attitude when dealing with political polarization. For example, German elite politics attempts to provide impetus for political change by banning populist parties as a partial or temporary solution, rather than seeking change. Ignoring the public's demand for change, rather than seeking change. Ignoring the public's demands for change will only further deepen their dissatisfaction with the EU elite politics. And we have the email. I send an email. I'm pretty sure that I will be banned forever from Asia because my article, as you can see in my previous video, bitter criticism on myself. I read my own article there, and it's kind of bad mannered. So I guess nobody will read my article. What will Modi's third term in India bring? I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this, as I just have 8 minutes ahead. I'm just gonna read the first paragraph, June 6th. Buidu Kagla Bayoram. I guess I just read this. Yeah, this is not news. I just skipped 2 times now. Why we need the dialogue of civilizations, June 7th. Yesterday, about 2 days ago, and this is for June 10, isn't it? Opinion. This is opinion Night Fang. Volunteers are cleaning the water surface in Shangan village under Chaoying County of Huzhou City, East China's Zhejiang province, June 5th. Editor's note, Ni Feng, a special commentator for Cgtn, is the director of the Institute of American Studies in the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. The article reflects the author's opinion and not necessarily the views of Cgtn. It's a beautiful photograph. Look, they are cleaning something. It's an aerial drone photograph. Those are the good drones, people. The good drones. The Global Civilization Initiative, GCI, was put forward by Chinese President Xi Jinping at the Communist Party of China in dialogue with world political parties high-level meeting in Beijing, China on March 15, 2023. President Xi said, "As the future of all countries is closely connected, tolerance, coexistence, exchanges, and mutual learning among different civilizations play an irreplaceable role in advancing humanity's modernization process and making the garden of world civilization flourish." Take me with you. Take me with you. I will respect you. I will only play with English speaking language. He said. Who? He. He said. He. Who he? He. Who he? He. As he pointed out. Not. Oh, again. Look, they are always playing. Those Chinese. I know they are playing. Look, they are just playing a war. Look, President He said, and then look. As he pointed out, I understand they are playing with us. Well done, Chinese people. I like it. As he pointed out, various forms of civilization always develop through interactions with others. Only through mutual recognition, complementarity, and referencing different civilizations can human civilization progress. I kind of miss myself in this. Only through mutual recognition, complementarity, and referencing different civilizations can human civilization progress. Respecting the civilizations of different nations is essential to prevent the diversity of world civilizations. This diversity in turn facilitates equal dialogue among different civilizations. Strengthening dialogue on an equal basis enhances mutual understanding and tolerance, thereby guiding the world toward peace. A peaceful world allows for mutual learning and adaptation among different civilizations, which helps to overcome cultural nihilism and rationally view the cultural traditions of civilizations in various forms and systems. I guess, I always debate nihilism because I support nihilism. Of course, Confucianism is super popular in China, Confucianism is super popular in China. But the question is, cultural nihilism, but nihilism itself as the philosophy, I guess there's little arguments against nihilism because nobody can prove there is a life after death, That's the question. Is life after death? Is soul? Do souls exist? Do God exist? Somebody can prove God existence, That's the key question, and that's why nihilism is the best philosophy, I guess. It's like a restart. Oh, the Akitas, I guess. The Akitas. I'm not sure. The dogs just get crazy. Maybe the Akitas are free. Maybe I'll have to cancel and fight against the Akitas. I'm not sure. But yeah, great. Well, maybe Milu is crazy. Yeah, Milu is just crazy. Milu is patrolling the area. I'm not supporting Milu. But they are patrolling the area. Mursi is there. Milu is there. So my boys are defending me. Anyway, despite that, I never asked them to defend myself. I never asked you, Mursi, come here. Mursi, Miguel. Luna, I never asked you to defend me. You are weak boys. You are you are citizens. You are civil. Go away. Go home. Go with your mom. Nihilism. Anyway, so nice article. Cultural nihilism and rationally view the cultural traditions of civilizations in various forms and systems. Following the age of the Enlightenment, the establishment and consolidation of a simplistic binary framework has hindered equal exchanges and cooperation among civilizations of different nations. This Eurocentric and later American-centric worldview equates human progress with West-dominated modernity, thus providing an ideological foundation for the economic, political, military expansion of Western capitalism. This is the kind of article I do like because it's all about social science. But I have no time, as you can see, it's ended up in 1 hour. I'm not sure why I cannot keep reading. Sharif's resolve to follow China's model sets trajectory robust. Anyway, I cannot free Tommy now because of the... Anyway, so I have no time now. And I don't know... Well, yeah, why I just don't keep reading? Why? I don't know, maybe a 2 hours program, 2 hours show. I'm kind of tired, yeah. I will stop here. I just gonna read to myself this kind of news from Cgtn and Russia Today. I have no audience. I have a friend, Osmar from Brazil. He's always saying me that 1 hour is too much long. And well, that's it. Tommy want to get free, but I don't know if the Akitas are coming there, you know. And Tommy and the Akitas hate each other. They had a first round. Tommy lost because I secure him. I take his necklace. I didn't let him to kill the dog,